Here's some really great news. The EPA is dumping that annoying start-stop technology mandate. That's when you get to a red light and the car stops. And all of this is because companies get the climate participation trophy. And the EPA approved it. And everybody hates it. So the EPA's Lee Zeldin is fixing it because bureaucrats tried to save the planet. And they basically made driving a nightmare. If you've driven a new car in the last decade, you've likely encountered the maddening feature known as start-stop technology. Personally, whenever I review a car, I try to shut it off if that's an option. Basically, you're sitting at a traffic light, minding your own business, when your engine suddenly shuts off, only to sputter back to life as you ease off the brake to get on the gas. And it's supposed to save fuel and fight climate change. But for most drivers, it's a headache-inducing nuance that makes you want to trade your vehicle in faster than you can say EPA regulation. And personally, I've always hated it. But what it really does is only save you about a tablespoon of fuel. Thankfully, on May 12th, EPA head Lee Zeldin announced the agency is scrapping the mandate on this despised technology, giving drivers a rare win, very excited here, against bureaucratic overreach. But there's more. I'll dive in. But first, I want to remind you to like this video and subscribe to our channel to keep up with what's going on in our automotive world. And here's a quick word from our video sponsor. Have you ever wondered what happened to Chuck Norris? At 84, he's still kicking butt, working out and full of energy for his grandkids. Shockingly, he's stronger and feels like he's in his 50s, all from one simple change. His wife started doing it too. Feels 10 years younger and has all-day energy. Chuck shares his method in a special video at chuckdefense.com/car. Click the link below to watch it now. You won't believe how easy it is. He focuses on 3 things that sabotage our health as we age. Visit chuckdefense.com/car to learn more. Lee Zeldin didn't pull any punches in his announcement, calling the start-stop technology a climate participation trophy and that everybody hates it. He's even shared an image of the dashboard buttons that millions of drivers have come to know too well. A circle with an A in it and the word off next to it. The first thing many of us press every time we get behind the wheel. The EPA approved it, and everybody hates it, so we're fixing it, Zeldin declared. And judging by the sentiment on social media, which included X, Instagram, Facebook, and others, he's absolutely right. Everybody hates it. Kill that mandate. Well, let's rewind for a minute, because start-stop technology was forced on the automotive industry during the Obama administration, the crusade for stricter fuel economy standards. The concept sounded noble enough. If your car isn't idling at a stoplight or in traffic, you're burning fuel or spewing emissions, and automakers under pressure to meet the 2012 CAFE standards of 54.5 miles per gallon by 2025, which they eagerly adopted the technology, and they found that people don't like it. But early studies painted a rosy picture. A 2011 report claimed that 20% emissions reductions in diesel vehicles during urban driving, and AAA estimated in 2014 that the average driver could save up to $179 a year in fuel costs thanks to this 7% boost in fuel economy because of this technology. I call BS on that because I knew from the beginning it was wrong, and you're only actually saving about a tablespoon of fuel, and I say that in almost every single one of my car reviews. But here's the catch. Those numbers don't hold up in the real world. Car sales experts have run the numbers and found the savings to be laughably small. One test showed that over 900 miles in a month, that the system saved only 0.02 gallons of gas. That's right. 0.02 of a gallon, which is about a tablespoon in my book. You'd save more fuel by skipping a quick trip to a coffee shop than you would so-called green innovation. Meanwhile, the downsides are glaringly obvious. These constant on-off cycles are feeling jarring, especially because if you're in traffic, it can be dangerous. And drivers across the internet, and especially in our comments sections, consistently report that it's the first feature they disable every single time they start their car. But here's the rub. Manufacturers, egged on by EPA incentives, made sure the system turns back on by default every time you start your engine. You can't permanently disable it without jumping through hoops or paying for an aftermarket fix, but most of them don't last, and a perfect example of government meddling, making life harder for no good reason. Behind the sheer annoyance, start-stop technology poses a real safety concern. Drivers have reported dangerous scenarios where the system creates a delay at the worst possible moment. Like when you're in the middle of a busy intersection trying to make a left turn and your engine decides it's time for a quick nap. Even a half-second lag as that engine restarts can spell trouble. Half second is enough for a very dangerous situation, especially in high-pressure situations. For a feature that's supposed to save a few drops of gasoline, that's a risk that most of us aren't willing to take. Then there's the toll it takes on your vehicle. No one talks about this. Only the mechanics do. And as an ASE certified technician, I can tell you starting an engine causes more wear on components like a starter motor and a battery. Every time you keep turning it on and off, it's better to keep it running. With start-stop technology, a typical commute can involve up to 100 times more engine starts compared to a car without this system. And automakers have tried to address this with more durable parts and advanced lubricants, as noted in a 2022 Autocar report. But the long-term impact on engine life remains a very big question mark. Diesel vehicle owners, and I'm one of them, face even more headaches. Issues with diesel exhaust fluid, which is DEF or AdBlue systems, can trigger a limp mode or even leave you stranded with a warning that your engine will shut down completely after a few hundred kilometers or miles. For technology that's supposed to make drivers more efficient and causes an awful lot of chaos and a bill from your mechanic. The frustration with start-stop technology has been building for years, and the EPA under Lee Zeldin has been listening to us, and they finally have taken notice. Zeldin announced that the agency would ditch the mandates forcing auto manufacturers to include this feature in new cars. I'm so excited you have no idea. It's a rare moment, and common sense in an era with government overreach often takes precedent over practicality. And we report on this all the time. They just don't understand what we deal with every day. And drivers in online communities are celebrating the news, with many calling it the most annoying feature in modern cars. Some suggested manufacturers should offer a simple dealership fix to disable the system permanently. No expense, no aftermarket chips required. They've taken away the mandate. Do us all a favor. We will appreciate that. Now, others have proposed flipping the script entirely, making the system off by default and let the drivers turn it on if they want to, and they can play Eco Hero. I like that. You want it? You can have it. I don't want it. Now, this rollback is part of a larger effort by the EPA to cut burdensome regulations. And in March of 2025, the agency announced plans to target dozens of rules, including some tied to vehicle emissions. Environmentalists, as expected, are crying foul, claiming that scrapping start-stop technology will lead to more pollution and health risks. But let's get real. Fuel savings of 3 to 10%, that's 0.5 to 2 miles per gallon difference, as noted in the 2024 Wikipedia entry, and we all know that information has all been altered and you can't correct it, are a drop in the bucket compared to the aggravation and potential safety hazards this technology creates. Now, if the government wants to tackle climate change, they should focus on solutions that don't make every day difficult for all Americans. They're working hard to put gas in the tank and food on the table. This rollback is a victory for drivers who just want to get from point A to point B or take their vehicle for a nice drive without their car playing Eco Warrior at every single stoplight. It's also a reminder that not every green idea is a good one. Many of them are not great. And drivers have long argued that they should have control over their own vehicles. After all, if you're shelling out an average of $50,000 for a new car, you shouldn't have to fight government-mandated features to drive it the way you want. A simple software update could allow owners to permanently disable this software because of automatic downloads. Please send that out to all of us. But until now, manufacturers have been more interested in pleasing regulators than their customers. And that's about to change because we hold the dollars and we can control whether vehicles sell or not. Don't expect the climate activists to back down quietly, though. They'll likely push for new regulations to replace the ones being scrapped, and automakers will have to find other ways to meet emissions targets, hopefully without resorting to another half-baked gimmick. For now, drivers can look forward to a future where they won't have to hit that off button every time they start their car. It's a small win, but in the world where common sense often takes a backseat to bureaucracy, it's worth celebrating. I'm very excited personally. What's your take? Have you been fed up with that start-stop technology, or are you one of the few who actually like it? Let us know in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and check out our car review channel, Car Smarts. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee, and if you want even more content, check out the links in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.